Good evening and a warm welcome, dear students. This is Abha Gupta here, your French guide for today. Remember, plus of MT makes learning very simple. Bonjour, bienvenue. Before we go into the teaching of grammar of French, I would like to show you all the top 10 attractions of Paris.
Of Paris. Number 10, Hotel de Ville. This grand neo-Renaissance style landmark built centuries ago is home of the city administration. Number 9, Place de la Concorde. The largest square in Paris, it has a 3,000-year-old Egyptian obelisk and is particularly beautiful at night. Number 8, the Pompidou Center, a colorfully creative modern building housing a vast collection of modern art. Number 7, Arc de Triomphe. Built in the early 1800s by Napoleon, the Arc is a symbol of national pride. At the top, you'll find fantastic views of Paris. Number 6 is the Seine boat cruise. It's affordable, convenient, and in a short period of time, you can see many major landmarks of the city. Number 5, Versailles Palace, a royal chateau just outside of Paris, has grand architecture, 700 rooms, and beautiful gardens. Number 4, Notre Dame. One of the most recognized symbols in the world and over 750 years old, Notre Dame has incredibly detailed Gothic architecture. Number 3, Sacré-Cœur. This Byzantine-style stunning white church, despised by intellectuals when it was built, is a must-see for Paris visitors. Number 2, the Louvre Museum. Perhaps the world's most famous museum, it hosts thousands of pieces of great art, including Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa. And number 1 is the Eiffel Tower. Amongst the most recognizable and visited monuments in the world, everyone must experience the Eiffel Tower in their lifetime.
So, what we are learning? French. Today, we have chosen the second term grammar topic for you all, which is pronouns. We have already learned in the first term the subject pronouns les pronoms sujets et les pronoms toni. Let's first recap the two pronouns, les pronoms sujets or subject pronouns. We are going to learn pronouns in three steps. First step, identification. Second step, substitution. And third step, placement. We should be able to identify whether the underlined word is a subject noun or an emphatic noun or an object noun. So how do we identify whether the underlined word is a subject noun? Okay. A subject noun is a noun which comes immediately before the verb. You can ask the question who or what before the verb. Substitution, which are the subject pronouns which are used to replace a subject noun. They are je, tu, il, elle, nous, vous, il, elle. And the placement rule, third step, is what? Is replace the underlined word. Okay, I repeat, three steps: identification, substitution, and placement. Let's solve some examples. You can take down these notes explaining identification, substitution, and placement. Some examples. In the first sentence, Monsieur Legrand est français. The verb in this sentence is est, and the underlined noun is immediately before the verb. So identification, it is a subject noun. Substitution, masculine singular Monsieur Legrand, so il est français. One more example, ma mère est dans la salle. Again, the verb is est and the underlined noun is immediately before the verb. Will be replaced or substituted by the pronoun third person feminine singular elle. Placement rule, third step, replace the underlined word. One more example, Karan et moi allons à Paris. In this sentence, the verb is allons and the underlined noun is again immediately before the verb. First step, identification. Substitution. Any noun et moi represents the subject pronoun nous, first person plural. Any noun et moi represents subject pronoun nous. Placement rule, replace the underlined word. So, nous allons à Paris. Now, if you see in subject pronoun, the best part is that the subject pronoun corresponds to the verb. Il est, elle est, nous allons. Okay. To help you solve better. One more example. Les filles mangent du gâteau. Third person plural, feminine plural to be more specific. So elles mangent du gâteau. Let's solve some examples. Let's solve. Remplacez les mots soulignés par des pronoms sujets. Always in French, understand the question. Understand the question. What is the meaning of the question? Replace the words underlined by subject pronouns. So the first step has been done for you all. Identification has been done for you all. We just have to do substitution and placement. In the first sentence, Catherine A. Mark. Catherine is a feminine noun and Mark is a masculine noun. One feminine and one masculine by default will take masculine plural. So it's going to be what? Third person masculine plural, ILS. Ils vont à l'école. In the second sentence, Janine is a feminine noun and Ami is also a feminine noun. So both nouns being feminine will be substituted by third person feminine plural. So again, elles font le devoir. Mes amis habitent près de ma maison. Mes amis, do not get confused by the word may. May is a possessive adjective. We have to replace the noun. Ami is plural, masculine plural. So it will be replaced by a masculine plural pronoun ILS. Similarly, the next sentence, NOS does not correspond to NOUS. NOS is a possessive adjective. NOUS is your subject pronoun. Only when you have a moi, you will replace it by a subject pronoun nous. In this case, it is masculine plural. So it will go ILS. So il parle au professeur. Now, if you see in the fifth sentence, you have a noun et toi. Any noun et toi will be replaced by the pronoun vous. Vous venez au restaurant ce soir. Generally, all the verbs with the EZ ending have vous. Vous के साथ verb का ending is generally EZ. And nous के साथ it is ONS. So in the next sentence, if you see, ces femmes, cette femme et moi will be substituted by the subject pronoun nous. I hope this has made a subject pronoun easier. Let's go to the next pronoun, pronotony. See some sentences. Let's take some sentences. The student skill Bairam. Oh my God. Relax. It's just a simple sentence. In this sentence, if I take the noun Bairam, the verb is killed. The students before the noun, subject noun, Bairam after the verb, object noun. I'm sorry, I repeat. Killed is the verb. Before the verb, the students, subject noun. After the verb, Bairam, object noun. Okay. So in this sentence, the students as well as Bairam are joined to the verb. Let me change the sentence. Okay. So they are conjunctive nouns. I change the sentence. Bairam, he is dead. Okay. In this sentence, the word Bairam is not joined to the verb. It is laying emphasis to the pronoun he. It is only adding emphasis to the pronoun he. So these nouns are known as disjunctive nouns as they are not joined or related to the verb. And they are replaced by pronotony, les pronotony. So again, three steps: identification, substitution, and placement. How do you identify pronotony or emphatic nouns or disjunctive nouns? Okay, five cases. We have five cases. First one, for emphasis. Second, answer standing alone. Third, after preposition. Fourth, after cur in comparative. And fifth, immediately after the expression say and so. If in these cases the noun is underlined, they will be replaced by pronotony, which are moi, toi, lui, elle, nous, vous, elle. The placement rule remains the same as subject pronouns. Replace the underlined word. Let's see a few examples. First case, emphasis. Mr. Vincent, il voit le film. Over here, the underlined noun Monsieur Vincent is adding emphasis to the subject pronoun il. So, is a disjunctive noun and will be replaced by pronotony, third person masculine singular. Substitution, Placement, replace the underlined word Louis. Okay, so il is a subject. Monsieur Vincent is adding emphasis to il, so will be replaced by third person masculine singular. Placement rule, replace the underlined word. Answer standing alone. Let's see an example for this. Qui aime le français? Rucha et Karan. The underlined word Rucha and Karan is not a full sentence. It is an incomplete sentence. This emphasizes or this implies answer standing alone, an incomplete sentence. And this type of noun will be replaced by pronotoni. Rucha and Karan, one feminine, one masculine, by default, masculine plural, third person masculine plural. Placement rule, replace the underlined word. Who like French, them. In case the noun is immediately after a preposition, for example, Pierre arrive avec Monsieur Vincent et moi. Avec is a preposition. In this case, again, Monsieur Vincent et moi will be replaced by pronotoni. As I was said in the subject pronouns, any noun et moi represents or will be substituted by the pronoun nous. Placement rule again, replace the underlined noun. Okay. Fourth case, you have learned comparative in the first chapter, aussi que, plus que, moins que. So immediately after que in a comparative sentence, let's take an example. Behram est plus vieux que Prerna et Anvita. Here the underlined noun is immediately after que. So will be replaced by pronotoni, both being feminine, third person feminine plural. So it's going to be ELLES. Remember, in this sentence, E is followed by a vowel. So I have to drop the E and make it an apostrophe. And the last one, after say and ce sont. I repeat, they are expressions and not verbs. So, c'est Rohan qui est mon frère. In this case, Rohan will be replaced by pronotoni. It's again third person masculine singular. It is him who is my brother. So 5 cases. Emphasis, standing alone, immediately after preposition, after que, and after say and ce sont. Substitution, moi, toi, lui, elle, nous, vous, elle. Placement rule, there is no placement rule. You just simply replace the underlined word. Let's revise subject and emphatic together. In your exams, you're going to have all the pronouns coming together. So you have to identify whether the underlined noun is subject noun or an emphatic noun. So again, the 3 steps help you. Identification, subject, noun before the verb, immediately before the verb. Substitution, je, tu, il, nous, vous, elle. Placement rule, replace the underlined word. Emphatic, 5 cases, pronotoni. Emphasis, standing alone, preposition, que, say, ce sont. Substitution, moi, toi, lui, elle, nous, vous, elle. Placement rule, replace the underlined word. Let's solve an exercise based on this. Again, learn to read or understand the question very well. Remplacer les mots soulignés par des pronoms sujets or toniques. That means either a subject noun or a pronoun or a tonic. In the first sentence, if you see the underlined word is adding emphasis to the subject ILS. So this becomes a case of emphatic noun. So it will be replaced by pronotoni. First step, identification. Second step, substitution. Catherine et Marc, masculine plural. So EUX. As for them, ils vont à l'école. Second sentence, the underlined noun is immediately before the verb font. So this becomes subject noun, will be replaced by subject pronoun, both being feminine, ELLES. The third and the fourth sentence I had explained to you all during the subject pronoun. I repeat, mes amis, masculine plural, immediately before the verb, subject noun, will be substituted by subject pronoun, masculine plural, ILS. Similarly, in the fourth sentence, nos amis, immediately before the verb, subject noun, substitution, ILS, placement rule, replace the underlined word. The fifth sentence. In the fifth sentence, the underlined noun is immediately after preposition. So this is again a case of emphatic noun. Substitution, Madame Lecombe, feminine singular, placement rule, replace the underlined word. The sixth sentence is a little different. It is an interrogative sentence. In an interrogative sentence, the subject noun comes after the verb. In an interrogative sentence, the subject noun comes after the verb and will be replaced by subject pronoun. So, u, wa, tel. Be very careful about the T because of the vowel clash. Seventh sentence. The underlined noun is immediately before the verb and will be replaced by a subject pronoun. Again, et moi represents nous, so nous buvons du café. And the last one, after que, immediately after que, the underlined noun after que is an emphatic noun, disjunctive noun. Substitution, third person, feminine singular, L, placement rule, replace the underlined word. This clears you with your subject pronoun and emphatic pronouns, or pronotony as known very well. The next pronouns automatically will become easier once you are clear with these two pronouns. Let's come to your third pronoun, les pronoms object or object pronouns. Les pronoms object or object pronouns. Again, three steps: identification, substitution, and placement. Identification, substitution, and placement. How do I identify object nouns? Okay, let's see identification, substitution, and placement. I'm going to give you a very simple sentence in English. Okay, to identify. Rucha loves Karan. In this sentence, if I underline the word Rucha and if I ask you all to replace Rucha by a pronoun, your answer automatically is going to be she. I simply interchange the position of both the nouns and I make it Karan loves Rucha. And I again underline the same word Rucha. Now, will you replace Rucha again by she? Can you say Karan loves she? No, you will replace Rucha by her. Karan loves her. So, identification hence becomes very important. Noun before the verb is a subject noun will be replaced by a subject noun, subject pronoun, I'm sorry. And the noun immediately after the verb is an object noun and will be replaced by an object pronoun. Okay, this explains the importance of identification. Next step, substitution and placement. So we are clear with this concept. Object is the noun after the verb. There are two types of object noun. One is a direct object and the other one is an indirect object. I give you two simple sentences. Behram ekrit la lettre, Behram pal adipa. In the first sentence, the direct object is la lettre. But in the second sentence, the object deepa. Between the object and the verb, we have a preposition agrave. So I can say in the first sentence, the noun la lettre is directly after the verb and it becomes a direct object. But in the second sentence, we have a preposition agrave between the verb and the noun and hence it becomes an indirect object. Okay. So can I say once again, the noun directly after the verb is a direct object. You can even ask the question whom or what after the verb. Behram writes what? La lettre, the letter. So the letter or la lettre is my direct object. Indirect object will be taught to you in the 10th standard. So let's leave that for now. Okay. Three more sentences. Let's see them. Il aime le chien. Okay. Il aime son chien. Il aime ce chien noir. In these three sentences, the verb is the same. Okay. So, which are the direct objects in these three sentences? Immediately after the verb, directly after the verb, le chien, son chien, and ce chien noir. So, in short, I can say my direct object is equal to article or adjective plus noun. Article, adjective plus noun is equivalent to direct object. I'm taking chapter 5, page 53, exercise number 1. Souligner l'objet direct dans les phrases suivantes. Please, I again repeat, understand the question. Souligner means underline. Souligner means underline the direct object in the sentences following. Suivant being an adjective is placed after the noun in French. So underline the direct object in the following sentences. Let's have a look. Again, identification, direct object is a noun which comes directly after the verb. You can even say article, adjective plus noun is equal to direct object. So in the first sentence, the verb is aim, and la glace is the noun which comes directly after the verb aim. You can even ask the question whom or what. Daniel likes what? La glace, the ice cream. So la glace is my direct object. Jean fait que. Jean does what? Says devoir, her homework. In the third sentence, say apartment is the noun which comes directly after the verb acheter. So set apartment is your direct object. In the fourth sentence, the verb is écouter and the noun directly after the verb is leur professeur. So this is your direct object. Let's see the fifth sentence. Do not get confused. Il parle bien le français. I very clearly told you all direct object is equal to adjective article plus noun. Bien is neither an article nor an adjective. It is an adverb. They speak well the French. They speak well what? Le français. This gives you a clear picture of how to identify the direct object. Let's come to the second part, substitution. Which are my direct object pronouns? They are me, te, le, la, no, wo, le, meaning me, you, him, it, la, her, it, nu, us, wo, you, le, them. Okay, so let's take the same examples. La glace will be replaced by which pronoun or will be substituted by which direct object pronoun. La glace being feminine singular will be replaced by the object pronoun la. Let's take one more example. Now again if you see Mary et moi, the minute you see a moi, you know it is going to be the pronoun nous. So will be replaced by the pronoun nous. Okay, so this is your substitution. One more example. Voici la lettre. La lettre being a feminine singular noun will be replaced or substituted by the direct object pronoun la. Okay, so identification, substitution. Let's come to the placement part. Understand the question again. Remplacez les mots soulignés par des pronoms objets directs. Replace the words underlined by direct object pronouns. That means the identification has been done for you all. You have to do the substitution and the placement. Before I continue with the placement, I would like to give you an example in Hindi. आपने हिंदी में जरूर करा है नाम और सर्वनाम. ओके, अगर यही सेंटेंस को डैनियल को आइसक्रीम पसंद है, Daniel aim la glass, and I ask you to replace ice cream by a sarvanam in Hindi. What will you say? Daniel को वो पसंद है. वह represents sarvanam, pronoun in Hindi. And where is the placement? Before the verb pasand. Similarly, in French also, direct object pronouns are placed before the verb. Let's see. La glace will be replaced or substituted by the pronoun la, and the placement rule says before infinitive or conjugated verb. What are infinitives? Infinitives are er, ir, and re ending verbs in French. In French, infinitives are er, ir, and re ending verbs. In the first sentence, we have only one verb, aim. So in this sentence, the pronoun la will be placed before aim. We all know why the apostrophe followed by a vowel, drop the first letter and make it apostrophe. In the second sentence, c'est devoir will be substituted by the pronoun les. Placement before the verb, which is the verb in this sentence. The verb is fait. So Jean les fait. Daniel likes it. Jane does them. In the third sentence, cet appartement will be replaced by the pronoun le. I again repeat, they will be placement rule before the verb, before the verb. Do not remember as after ne. The verb is achetant, so before achetant. Fourth sentence, le professor will be substituted by the pronoun le. But now in the fourth sentence, you have two verbs. You have want, which is a conjugated verb. You have écouter, ending with er, which implies infinitive. So as per the rules, first preference goes to infinitive. First preference goes to infinitive. So in the fourth sentence, the pronoun will be placed before the infinitive if there is no infinitive before the conjugated verb. Last sentence, voici la lettre. La lettre will be substituted by the pronoun la, and voici, if you understand the meaning of voici, it means here is, here are. Is and are your verbs. So again, la will come before the verb. Identification, substitution, and placement. Now directly after the verb, substitution me, te, le, la, no, vu, le. Placement before infinitive or conjugated verb. I come down to a shortcut, been, gone, where B stands for before, IN stands for infinitive, and CON stands for conjugated verb. So been, gone, learning becomes easier. Placement rule, been, gone. Let's do a few more sentences, practice a few more sentences. Okay, again, replace the words underlined by object pronoun. Identification has been done by all, substitution and placement. I give you all 3 minutes to solve the sentences. Write the sentences in your notebook. Okay. I shall do the first sentence for you all. Sir male, masculine singular, substitution le. The verb, we have only one verb in the sentence, envoy. So before envoy. Remember, you are replacing a noun by a pronoun. So please do not write sir male again. You are replacing the underlined noun by a pronoun. Le bus, substitution le. The verb is prene, conjugated verb. So before the conjugated verb. In the third sentence, les crêpes, plural, substitution les. Placement will be before the verb sert. Nina's mother serves them to the guest. Fourth sentence, le gâteau aux noix. Le Deshmukh aim Bakup le gâteau aux noix, walnut cakes, will be replaced, substituted by the pronoun le. Bakup is again an adverb and it will come before the verb aim, le aim. ये कितना भी लंबा लंबा नाउन हो दो, एक ही प्रोनाउन आने वाला है, them और it. And in the last sentence again, Karan adores se novu patin arulet. Karan adores them before the verb. Let's see few more sentences. In the first sentence, say Rob will be replaced or substituted by the pronoun le. Placement before the verb, so before ashet, before the conjugated verb. Again, in the second sentence, le chocolat will be replaced or substituted by the pronoun le, placement before the conjugated verb. See the fourth sentence. Apporte to cahier, bring your notebook. To cahier will be substituted by the pronoun le. But in the third sentence, it is an imperative affirmative sentence. The rules change. Exception. Every rule in French has an exception. Similarly, over here, if the sentence is an imperative affirmative, the pronoun shall be placed after the verb with a hyphen. Imperative affirmative after the verb with a hyphen. Okay. Similarly, écrivez la lettre. La lettre will be substituted by the pronoun le, and being an imperative affirmative sentence, placement after the verb with the hyphen. Écrivez la. If you see, all four of them are imperative sentences, but the first two are negative imperative and the last two are imperative affirmative. So only in the imperative affirmative, direct object pronoun comes after the verb. So I come to my formula. Before infinitive or conjugated verb except imperative affirmative के after. Been, con, except, impact. Where B stands for before, IN infinitive, CON conjugated verb, IMP imperative, AF affirmative, and FT after. So I can sum up the entire object pronoun: identification, substitution, placement. Noun directly after the verb. Substitution: mother, le, la, no, wo, le, le. Placement rule: bin, con, except, impact. Where B stands for before, IN infinitive, CON conjugated verb, IMP imperative, affirmative, K after. Three steps: identification, substitution, and placement. Let's practice five more sentences. Let's practice five more sentences. Again, the question says very clearly, remplacez les mots soulignés par des pronoms objets directs. Identification has been done for you all. Let's see substitution and placement. Écris les réponses avec attention. Les réponses will be substituted by the pronoun les. Now, if you see the sentence, écris is an imperative affirmative sentence. So, in the first sentence, the pronoun les will be placed after the verb with a hyphen. Second sentence, je vais accompagner ma mère au marché. Ma mère will be substituted by the pronoun la. Placement rule: before the verb. We have two verbs, one conjugated, one infinitive. So in this case, before the infinitive. Third sentence, les berod, plural. So it will be substituted by the pronoun les. Okay. Placement rule: sentence is not an imperative affirmative sentence. It is an interrogative sentence. So again, before the verb, les connais-tu? Do you know them? Fourth sentence, mon parapluie, substituted by the pronoun le, placement before the verb prendre, before the conjugated verb. And in the last sentence, le match de tennis, pronoun will be le. If you see very carefully, we have two verbs in the sentence. It is a passé récent sentence. One conjugated verb, one infinitive ending with IR. So again, in the fifth sentence, the direct object pronoun le will be placed before the infinitive. I hope this has made your direct object pronouns very clear. Three steps: identification, substitution, and placement. The noun directly after the verb, direct object, substitution, murtha, lala, novo, lele, and placement rule, bin, con, except, impact. Where B stands for before, IN for infinitive. Infinitives are ER, IR, and RE ending verbs. con for conjugated verb. And if the sentence is an imperative affirmative sentence, the pronoun is placed after the verb with a hyphen. Thank you so much. We continue in the next video. I shall take a brief recap for you all for your unit test preparations. A bien,